Summer competitions and training in high temperatures require more than good intentions. They demand preparation and awareness. In order to prevent heat stroke, you need to be able to read your dog. First, learn to read the early signs of increasing heat stress. This will help you prevent an actual heat injury in your dog. Second, should a dog overheat, learn how to actually deal with it realistically in the field, with emphasis on in the field. So typical early signs of your dog experiencing heat stress might be shade seeking, slower gait, seeking water, refusal of reward when you offer them a ball or a treat, squinting of the eyes, tongue hanging out and looking kind of floppy, which means like loss of muscle tone in the tongue, or a panting smile, meaning the mouth opens more, exposing more of the back molars, and this is to expose more of the membranes, so the dog tries to maximize the area to increase evaporative cooling. Also, very important question when recognizing the early signs is the dog able to stop panting? If you show him a reward toy or a treat or gently blow on his nose, does he stop to pant? If he does, even if only for a split second, then he still has control of his panting. If he can't stop, your dog is too hot. Best way to prevent heat stress is acclimatization training. This means that every day challenge the dog a little bit more. So let's say you are preparing for Agility European Open in Portugal, and it is very likely your dog will run the course at about 30 degrees outside. If you're gonna exercise the dog, go for a minute the first day at 22 degrees. The next day you're gonna go for 2 minutes at 22 degrees, and the next day you're gonna go for 2 minutes at 25 degrees. So, which means every day increase one thing, just like in dog training. You don't change the entire environment and the problem for the dog, but you change only one thing at a time. Acclimatization takes 2 to 3 weeks, and it can take up to 2 months. Most importantly, acclimatization training will help you understand the early signs of thermal stress of your dog. So you will get to know your dog's normal, and you will be able to read your dog's signs. Additionally, water immersion, evaporative cooling products like cooling vests or cooling mats can help dogs prevent or manage the thermal stress. A study of military working dogs compared cooling dogs by immersion in 30 degrees water, what would be room temperature water in hot environments, and they compared it with letting the dogs rest in front of a fan or rest on a cooling mat in front of a fan. Immersion in 30 degrees water resulted in significantly faster cooling post-exercise. There is also a latest study on voluntary head dunk protocol in working dogs performed in September 2024. This study showed that dunking protocol, which included limited water ingestion, produced the lowest mean core temperature in the initial 5 minutes after exercise. And it was the only protocol to prevent the initial post-exercise temperature rise, which means teaching your dog voluntary head dunk as part of cooperative care training prevents post-exercise rise and rapidly reduces their core body temperature within the first 5 minutes. So if you have an upcoming competition during summer, the message is clear. First, perform acclimatization training. Second, make a plan for a cooling protocol for your dog. So first, you apply voluntary water immersion or voluntary head dunk with whatever water you have available, provided it is cooler than the dog. When water immersion is not an option, use cooling products with evaporative technology. Please keep in mind that cooling products help the dog to prevent or manage heat stress, but they are not enough to treat an actual heat stroke. And last but not least, let's not forget that proper hydration plays also a very important role in heat stress prevention, but I assume you already have established a hydration routine for your working dog. If not, check out our coffee talk on energy and recovery supplements. And of course, if you like our coffee talks, don't forget to share it with your friends.